There is a path that only you can walk. It is older than your name, deeper than your story, and more essential than any title you have ever held. This path is not made of asphalt or stone, and yet it is more real than the world you see. It is the quiet current that runs beneath your choices, your desires, and even your fears. The ancient sages of India called it Dharma, the natural way of your being, the truth of who you are in action. To live your Dharma is not to follow a rule. It is to listen to something so subtle it cannot be taught. It speaks not in words, but in resonance. You feel it when you do something that lights you up from within. You feel it when you walk away from what is false, even when no one is watching. Dharma is the alignment between your soul and your steps. It is what turns an ordinary life into a sacred journey. We often think of destiny as something written in the stars. But what if it's written in your breath, your voice, your instincts, your longing to serve something greater? Your Dharma is not about being better than someone else. It is about being fully yourself. The tree does not compare its growth to the mountain. The river does not ask the sky for permission to flow. In the same way, your path does not require approval. It only asks for your presence. Before we go further, take a moment now. If these words stir something inside you, write in the comments, "I choose to walk my true path." Subscribe to the channel and let your presence be counted. Like the video and let the algorithms know that wisdom still matters. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, "Better to fail in your own Dharma than to succeed in another's." This is not just poetic advice. It is a radical statement about authenticity. It means that living someone else's dream, even perfectly, is still a betrayal of your soul. But even a flawed, uncertain step in the direction of your own truth, that is sacred ground. It's not about perfection. It's about participation. Your soul came here not to imitate, but to embody. Yet the world does not encourage this. It rewards roles, not essence. It teaches us to fit in, not to listen within. From a young age, we are told what success looks like, what love should feel like, what dreams are worth chasing. But Dharma cannot be defined from the outside. It arises from silence, from surrender, from that moment when you stop pretending to be who you're not. To walk your Dharma is to become deeply honest. It's to ask questions no one else can answer for you. What do I value beyond opinion? What brings me stillness even in struggle? What kind of life would I regret not living? These are not easy questions. But they are the doorway to freedom. They reveal not just what you want, but who you are when wanting ends. There is no universal formula for Dharma. One person's path may be to lead thousands, another's to care for one single soul. One may teach, another may create, a third may walk in silence and still change the world. The key is not the role. It is the presence you bring into it. Dharma is not a job title. It is the truth vibrating through your actions, your words, your very being. When you are in Dharma, life becomes coherent. You feel rooted, yet free. And yet, Dharma is not always easy. It will test you. It will ask you to say no to comfort and yes to courage. Sometimes, following your Dharma will mean standing alone. It may mean letting go of paths that once made sense. But every time you listen to that inner compass, you come closer to a life that is truly yours. You become less a performer and more a presence, less a mask and more a mirror of the sacred. This path is not about arrival. It is about alignment. You do not need to have it all figured out. Dharma reveals itself step by step, in stillness and in motion. You may not see the whole map, but if you keep listening, the next step always becomes clear. Trust is part of the path. Surrender is part of the strength. And what you call confusion may be the space where a deeper clarity is being born. Sometimes we confuse Dharma with ambition, but the two are not the same. Ambition is often driven by scarcity, the need to prove, to achieve, to win. Dharma, on the other hand, is rooted in abundance. It knows there is enough space for all beings to thrive. When you walk your Dharma, you are not in competition. You are in contribution. You bring into the world what only you can offer, and that offering becomes your fulfillment. True Dharma always involves service, not service as sacrifice, but as expression. When you are aligned, your gifts naturally nourish others. You do not have to force impact, you become it. You may write a poem, or build a temple, or raise a child with presence. You may listen deeply to someone on the edge of despair. Each of these is a thread in the sacred tapestry. Each is a way the universe speaks through you. In India, the concept of Dharma was never isolated. It was woven into every stage of life, every relationship, every act. There was Svadharma, your personal path, and also the Dharma of community, of time, of place. To walk your Dharma did not mean isolation. It meant harmony. It meant participating in the whole, without losing your soul. It meant rising not just for yourself, but for the good of all. And yet, you must begin where you are, with your doubts, your hesitations, your broken pieces. Dharma does not require you to be perfect. It requires you to be willing to listen, willing to act, willing to return again and again when you forget. Your mistakes do not cancel your path. Sometimes they refine it. Each wrong turn can teach you something essential about direction. Every ending can become the beginning of deeper alignment. Even fear has a role. Often the place you most resist is the place your Dharma calls you toward. Fear is not always a stop sign. Sometimes it is the guardian of the threshold. The presence of fear can mean that something real is near, something that asks for your full presence, not your performance. When you feel that trembling inside, ask yourself, is this the fear of danger or the fear of truth? The first asks you to step back. The second invites you to step through. You may wonder how to find your Dharma. But the truth is, you already feel it. In those quiet moments, when you are not trying to impress or survive, in the things that make you come alive without explanation, in the way your soul responds to beauty, to honesty, to depth. You do not need to invent your path. You need only to remember it. Beneath all the noise, your Dharma has never stopped calling. Silence is one of its greatest teachers. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of presence. When you turn inward and listen without needing answers, when you become still enough to hear your own breath, your own longing, your own truth, that is where the path begins to rise from within. Dharma does not scream. It whispers. And in a world full of distractions, it is the soul's whisper that holds the greatest power. Dharma does not demand certainty. It asks for sincerity. Even a small act done with integrity carries more weight than 1,000 hollow achievements. You do not have to change the world to walk your path. You simply have to bring your full self into what you do. With love, with clarity, with courage. When you do, you become a light. Not a spotlight, but a candle in the dark. And that is more than enough. One of the greatest tragedies is not failure. It is success in something that is not truly yours. You may reach the top of a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. Dharma saves you from this. It grounds you in what is real. It reminds you that life is not a performance, but a pilgrimage. And every step taken in truth is a step into freedom. There is a life that only you can live. It is not the life others expect of you. It is not the life prescribed by fear or comfort. It is the life born of presence, of listening, of love. To walk your Dharma is to say yes to this life. Not someday, but now. Not perfectly, but fully. Not without fear, but with faith that your soul did not come here by accident. Let this be your reminder. You are not here to imitate. You are here to embody. The world does not need another copy. It needs the clarity of your original light. Walk your path, speak your truth, do your sacred work, however humble it may seem. And trust that by doing so, you are participating in something vast, something holy, something real. If these words awaken something within you, if you feel the call to remember who you are, write in the comments, "I choose to walk my true path." Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Let the world know you are listening again, not to the noise, but to the song that was always yours. Let us walk our Dharma, not just as an idea, but as a way of life. Because in the end, the only true success is to become who you were born to be.